The partial government shutdown enters its second week with no resolution in sight. The Department of Homeland Security remains unfunded as Democrats and Republicans clash over ICE reforms.
And to talk more about this, we're bringing on in our very own Scripps News Group, Nathaniel Reed. Hey, good morning, Nate. Great to see you, sir. Can next week's State of the Union address provide the breakthrough needed to end this standoff, or are we headed for a more prolonged shutdown?
Yeah, Brian and Michelle, the State of the Union is pretty much a campaign speech. That's mostly how it looks every year. We'll see that same partisan applause, Republicans likely standing up and applauding, Democrats maybe sitting silently, or in fact not even attending. A lot of Democrats have said they're either counter-programming or not going to show up to the State of the Union in the first place. This rhetorical war of words between Democrats and Republicans just amped up over the last week. Remember, Congress was not in session, meaning that this government shutdown, which we've now seen last a week, just going to last even longer. It seems more than likely that they're going to be in that partial government shutdown when it's time for President Trump to stand up on the dais and give that speech before a joint session of Congress early next week. So a lot of questions about whether that will break the impasse that we've seen so far. Democrats, Republicans this week calling each other not serious. The White House even acknowledging that President Trump not directly involved in these negotiations to reopen the government, leading to the question, just how quickly could we get out of this ongoing government shutdown affecting the TSA, FEMA, and of course the Coast Guard? Take a listen.
These Republicans are not serious about doing the types of things necessary to rein ICE in.
He hasn't had any direct conversation or correspondence with Democrat lawmakers recently. It doesn't mean he's not willing to. I'm just not aware of any conversations that have taken place.
And again, Democrats have criticized President Trump's immigration enforcement operation, his handling of that. They want specific reforms. Also, Kristi Noem, the Secretary of Homeland Security, someone who Democrats have frequently criticized and called on to resign. It'll be interesting to see how much President Trump focuses on immigration, on enforcement of immigration law during next week's State of the Union address. Certainly, Democrats have been extremely critical of that. This is all coming, of course, out of the all but critical midterm elections, which could be a referendum on the Trump administration, on President Trump's handling of not only the southern border with Mexico, but also ICE and immigrations and customs enforcement. A lot of questions about how we shake this stalemate loose here in Washington. Democrats, Republicans on recess this week. Congress was not in session. They'd reserved the right to call members back. But again, Brian and Michelle, we just did not see anyone return. There was no agreement to be had. Both sides calling each other unserious. Really hard to see how we get out of this impasse and how they get that bipartisan support necessary to get the government back reopened.
And well, Nate, thank you so much for staying up to date on this, and thank you again for your time, sir.
Yeah, have a great weekend.